Flack for using the word bitch a lot. I don't care who I'm in the presence of. I can care less if it's a black woman, a white woman, a Hispanic woman. It doesn't really matter. The only real time that I don't use the word bitch is when I'm Ubering someone, excuse me. And even then, I feel the person out to see if the word bitch can be used without any offense or triggers. But even then, there's a condition why I won't use it in that term. Now, I've had many times where a woman, will ask me, why do you say bitch? And I'll explain to them, I said, because it's a word of endearment for me. And she's like, a word of endearment, but I find that offensive. I said, so that's your problem. It's not my problem. And, then they'll give you the traditional, do you call your mother a bitch? And I say, all the time. And they're like, damn, you don't have no respect for your mother. I said, she lost it years ago. And I said, that's the reason why I used the word bitch, because there was a time where using it was against the rules. In my house, and where I was in the presence of a lady, I wasn't allowed to use it. Now that I'm 37 years old, I can give a flying fuck who I'm in the presence with. I'll use it if I want to use it. And if you don't like me using it, you can either leave or encourage me not to use it the proper way. And that's the point of this video. You have a lot of individuals that will threaten you. They'll use legislation, they'll use HR and all kinds of weird tactics to get you to reform your speech and how you choose to use your language. And although I can use any type of word that I like, I can speak kind of proper English. I'm not the best at it, but I can pass for halfway educated. I choose to use the words nigger and bitch and ass and cunt because I can. And if I decide to adjust my language to accommodate a person based off of the respect level that I have for them, then that's my choice. You see, you can have reverence for someone like your mother or your father and say, you know what, I will refrain from using those words around them out of respect for who they are in my life and what they've done for me in my life. Or your boss, because that is the person who writes your check. So, of course, you will have a level of respect and you will curb your language for that person. But what about a person that is forcing you to do so? Like I said before, through legislation or HR. A person that says they're going to use violence if you don't talk to them the way they feel they should be talked to. It's easy to force somebody by the barrel of a gun to do whatever you want them to do or talk the way you want them to talk. It's easy to pass a law and say, hey, I will sue you if you don't use this type of language. But what really gets me is the way you should go about getting someone to refrain from using a particular language around you is by earning their respect, their appreciation. And this is where we lost in this country. We lost earning respect. It's one thing to have a person say bitch in your presence because that's just the way they talk. It's another for you to say, hey, I'm going to have something happen to you if you don't stop using this word. You see, you encourage this person to want to use it even more because it's not something that they want to do. They're forced to do it. And you force somebody to do anything, you cause a lot of problems. So, in conclusion, instead of trying to force me to use your pronoun, instead of trying to force me to stop using the word bitch, instead of trying to force me not to talk a certain way or say a certain thing or act a certain way, how about instead of trying to force me with legislation, how about you earn my respect? Most people can adjust to accommodate anyone if they respect them enough. I'm just saying.